DC Comics is in really bad shape. Taking a look at the December top 50 chart, you really get to see just how bad they're really doing, because every single DC comic that made the top 50 is a Batman book, except for two: Wonder Woman and Justice League Incarnate. And I would argue that Justice League has Batman in it. So does that really count? We'll just go ahead and say it's its own thing. That's two books that don't have Batman. Every other DC comic book on this list is either Batman or a Batman-related character like Nightwing, Batgirls, stuff like that. Joker. Okay, those are all Batman-related characters, and that's why they're on the list. And then, of course, they just make a bajillion Batman spin-off books. Like, here's Batman 2021 Annual. And then, of course, you've got Batman at the top at number 1. And then you have Dark Knights of Steel, Robin and Batman, Batman and Catwoman. Like, it's all Batman books. None of their other characters are selling. And from history of following this stuff, if a book falls this low on the list, like past 50, hell, even past 30, you're going from like 30,000 units shipped drastically down to like 20,000. Then once you get past 50, you're looking at 10,000 and lower and lower and lower. It's embarrassing. So imagine if people start to get fatigued on Batman comic books, DC Comics is going to go into the toilet. Now, a mistake that I made last week in a video was mocking the sales of Superman, Son of Kal-El. It came to my attention recently that book didn't even come out in December. So I did make a mistake there, and I want to own up and mention that here. I updated the previous video I did on this and put something in the comments and pinned it that, that's not the case. But the rest of the stuff I said in that video was sound. The fact that it's nothing but Batman books. And I can't wait now for next month's chart to drop so we can actually see where that book lands on this chart. Because I don't think it's going to stick. So, DC Comics not in very good shape. So one of the things they like to do is try to get the media to talk about it. And they've done that by having all of their characters recently, well, at least one a month, do some kind of social justice identity politics move so that they can get marketing. And they did this also recently with the death of the Justice League. So what they want to do with this is try to emulate the sales success of the death of Superman. So Superman died. They made a big deal about it, and all of the comics were affected. Actually, I believe boosted DC sales up a little bit, and their comics started to thrive again. The problem is nothing's permanent in comics, and there's nothing lasting. So their gimmick now is they're going to say, oh, well, we're going to kill all of the Justice League. All of them are going to die. Superman, Batman, John Stewart, Green Lantern, I think Green Arrow, Wonder Woman, like all of the main characters that everybody loves are going to get killed at the same time. And now it's going to be up to the heroes that are left to pick up the pieces. Okay? Well, it actually could be a good story, to be honest. But what they're trying to do with it isn't going to get anybody excited. Like, it's funny, like watching them have to go through all of these like hoops to get comic book sales and to get anybody interested in their books. People aren't interested in any of these characters that you're killing. Do you think that their replacement character is really going to hold up sales? And what's funny is you're seeing Shill Media now start to say this is stupid. It's a flawed gimmick that's not going to push their sales up. You can't get anybody to buy anything other than Batman. And you think that these characters right here are going to jump up your sales? I don't think so. It's going to be funny to watch this and see how this works. They're still going to have Batman books. They'll have all the spin-off books, but I think this is going to go over into all the other books that aren't spin-off books. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, those characters are dying, and it's not going to work because, as they point out here, like, death does not matter in comics. All of these characters are going to come back at some point, probably within a year. And they even call that out in this article, which I was surprised to see. So, I mean, just from their title here, the death of the Justice League is starting with a flawed premise. With the announcement of death of the Justice League, DC desperately tries to replicate the success of the death of Superman and fails miserably. That's pretty rough. For a shill comic book site, they're not really holding back, because usually it's all fluff from these articles and these outlets, because they're here to try to prop these comic book companies up the best they can. And it's funny to see them acknowledge that this is a desperate move. I mean, they had to go to Entertainment Weekly, which I believe Warner owns, and have them cover this. And there was a few articles out there that talked about it, like, they're killing all of the Justice League, and it's like nobody really cared. They're trying so hard to get all of these articles out there and get press coverage, and it's just funny because it never works anymore. I mean, those days are gone, but it's just funny seeing them do this, and it's funny seeing them get called out, because as they pointed out in here, Wonder Woman has died 5 times. I don't know if that's 100% true. You can click on this. And I don't think they really say. Yeah, they don't say it in here, but they're claiming that Wonder Woman has died 5 times. Given comics history, I wouldn't put it past it. And another case in point, as they say here, is that every single member of the Justice League has died at least once. But hey, they're all going to die at the same time now. And like they say here, though, Justice League death, it will almost certainly be undone within a year. And they're 100% right. So a year, they're going to run around with all these other characters in it. They're still going to sell books with the other characters that aren't connected to the main universe. They're like, one-shots or little mini-series. So they're not even really going to fully go away. It's embarrassing to see DC Comics do this. I really wonder, like, what's going on at that main office. You look at manga, which is just killing it without any gimmicks. And it's like every month there's a new gimmick coming from DC Comics. I wonder, how long do they have left? It's embarrassing to see this. It really is. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.